right, we're back here, Legends of Professional Wrestling, EPW style. I want to thank you all for watching. We're going to show you some great stuff for ICW Part 2. Hope you like my shirt of the mascots, yeah? Peanut and Bella. Bella is not with us anymore, unfortunately, but we do still have Peanut, and we got this beautiful shirt. And this week, we have a beautiful show for you right here. Where? At your source of community cable, right here at Revere TV. We go everywhere. We go to Saugus, Malden, Lynn. Oh, yeah, we're like Coca-Cola. We're all over, baby. And let me tell you, I hope you enjoyed one with all those great matches with Tony Rumble, the Boston Bad Boy, against Bruiser Brody. He got some big ones getting in the ring with him, and then him against Abdullah, and then the other matches, and all the other great things that we got going on. We got some great stuff we're pulling from ICW. I got all the stuff. It's coming out of the vault, so keep an eye on the shows. Tune in on YouTube. Don't forget to watch Rocky Raymond on YouTube. All these shows go directly through. They're coming to you, and you're only able to see us on cable and now on YouTube. So be there or be square. And we got a great show. This week we're going to go part 2. We got more of the Dungeon Master against Rizzo when they started to change the things around. So many wrestlers came through ICW. If it wasn't the AWA stars, Zabisco, Snooker, Balkawinkle, Zukov, all of them, the Barbarian that they had down there, Nord, all of them were there. Then from Puerto Rico, we had Carlos Colon, we had Ayala, we had Soto, we had all the guys coming in. Abdullah the Butcher, as you well know, you saw Tony get mashed like mashed potatoes. Vroom, vroom, vroom. But let me tell you, he had a lot of nerve to get in the ring with those two guys, and he did it. Proud of him. Coming out of the Hard Knock School of Rocky Raymond. We got a shot of that with some pictures. And all the great things we got this week. We got Kevin Sullivan and Mark Owen, that maniac, with that man, King Curtis Ayakea, the Cosmic Cookie. He took one to get there and one to get back. All the Satan stuff that was going on. He never said he was part of the devil worshiping, but I tell you, he looked like the devil. And of course, that woman that was with him, that's right, that girl, woman, and all the great things. Curtis, all of them came in. Blackjack Mulligan, Barry Windham, the Bushwhackers, the Samoans. The names go on and on with ICW, and I'm going to show you that stuff week by week. Why? Because it's for me, the Rocky Raymond era of the ICW. First they went through all the stars, and then they chipped away, and they had nobody. Then they put the Boston Bad Boys together. Then they put Phil Apollo. They beat Jumpin' Joe. Of course, don't forget Jumpin' Joe. He was, Mario's brother. Then he had his other, his cousin there, Tommy Savoli, looked like Jerry Lewis, the guy from the shows. And then he used to sign at the end of the night and come by and say, we got to get you to sign a receipt. And he'd rip off a piece of paper on the corner. Didn't even have receipt books. It was so down to low budget, but we got it done. 82 different syndications. And Mario, wherever you are, if you get to see this, give me a call. It's right down the hall. Watch all the great things on YouTube with the Boston Bad Boy. Let's go to those pictures. Let's get swinging. There's Peanut and Bella, great picture. We got this done up at Laconia. We had it done, it was great. I think it was Hampton Beach, I forget. And we had Peanut and Bella. Beautiful picture of my two dogs. All right, there's that tattoo we got just done of Bella. Another great shot with her paws. And basically, it's coming along. We're going to go and get a little more work done coming up in the end of August. Hope you guys are enjoying your summer because, it's a bummer. It's almost over. All right, let's go. We got the best of the Boston Bad Boys. You can catch that on there, too, where we wrestled Shawn Michaels and Jannetty, the Rock and Roll Rockers back in the day. Now one's a drunk and one is still a punk. All right, there's a Yalla lifting the pink assassin high in the air. And another shot way up. He's flying through the air at the greatest of the ease. It's the pink assassin, and he's not on no trapeze. There's another one of the Boston Bad Boys, I believe. Some of the great things that were going on. He's getting slammed by Ayala. Big Ayala pick up Rocky Raymond like it was a bag of donuts. And there's that interview with Mario Savoli, the Pink Assassin, Tony Rumble, and Rocky Raymond right after I won the ICW championship. They tried to pull the belt from me because they said it was illegal. We show some shots of what happened during that match. There's a double elbow of Tony Rumble, Boston Bad Boy, against the Russian at the Elfrida, at the Shelburne Center, way back in the day. I've been all over. Like I said, we've got shows everywhere. Unfortunately, we're not doing them too much anymore. Can't get a building. You can't get the insurance. You got to get a cop. You got to get a medic. They want a doctor from the match general to sit at ringside. It's crazy. You can't get a building. So guess what? I think I'm done. And there's another one of big hip toss of Eric Sprazier going over the hip. High flying. That's when he was in shape and he had hair. There's another high flying Eric Sprazier going up for the big slam. And there's that story that was on the Hard Knocks of Wrestling with Tony Rumble and Rocky Raymond, the Boston Globe. Tony had to hook up someone in his family and did a big double page spread on the Boston Bad Boys in my school at the time, before Killer Kowalski had the Institute of Pro Wrestling. Rocky Raymond was there in Richard Burton's building. When they moved in, I moved out. All right, there's that tag. That was a show that they turned me bad boy from Playboy to bad boy against Manuel Soto. There's another one where Tony got us in trouble that night. They blamed it on me, but Tony ripped off the shirt of the referee. Fat Jack Savage is not with us anymore, but Tony ripped his shirt off, and then he told me to go in and hit him with the clothesline. And there's another one right there. The Boston Bad Boys. Yep, raising our hand in victory after defeating, I believe that's Dave Fox, in IBW Hall, I believe. Yep, and that's up in Lewiston. Tag match with, I believe that's the, tag match up in Lewiston, Maine with the Boston Bad Boys. We went all over. Mario had no stars, and he had to make some stars, so he started with us. And then after the Boston Bad Boys, of course, he turned Tony Rumble into my gimmick that I gave Mr. Rumble. We both worked on it. He had a list of all the things he would say: whips and chains, leather and steel. The more I do it, the better I feel. But there's the bad Boys. That was the entrance of the match with the Rock and Roll Rockers, Janetti and I Can't Find My Smile. And there's me and Tony down in Winthrop with a great backdrop. We don't have no green screen back then. No green screen. We had to put those pictures on the wall with Velcro. You better believe it. You better believe it, because I'm telling you, there's a great shot of Rocky Raymond with some here. And there's that other shot of Sprazier going way up in the air with the high flying, straight up and straight down, I used to call it. And there's another slam of Sprazier. And this is the IBW Hall when I won the championship. You see a yellow with the belt because he pulled it. And that was basically when you're going to see some pictures coming up with Jumpin' Joe getting his eyes sprayed with the hairspray of the Pink Assassin. He's getting sprayed, and I ran in and rolled him up with the schoolboy. And they took the belt away and gave it back to Jumpin' Joe. Then we turned the matches into six-man tags with Ayala, Soto, and Jumpin' Joe against the Pink Assassin and the Boston Bad Boys. There's another one right there, big slam. Here's a picture, if you could get a close-up of that one. That's the one of Rocky Raymond being a bad boy slamming Jamie West straight down into the mat. And you can see the protection. You can see how I got my hand across her neck, basically. I could scoop her up anyway. She was very light and straight down. But you got to be careful with that slam. That's how Bruno broke his neck. You see how her head is directly straight down? When Stan Hansen picked up Bruno Sammartino in Madison Square Garden, he slipped and slid down and snapped his neck. Shoo! Everyone thought it was the clothesline. It wasn't the clothesline. It was his neck bouncing off the mat. And there's a big hip toss on, I believe, Richard Burns. Rest in peace. Master Richard Burns ran some shows with the, I'm sure you've seen it on YouTube, the best of the USWF with the mixed match with Rocky Raymond and Betty Blackfeather against Burns and Jamie West. Here's another one, the Rockers, Rock and Roll Rockers. As the Sheik would say, suplex, side salto. I invented all the suplexes, and that's the Sheik from Iran. The side suplex, side salto. And there's another one where I'm whipping the referee after Tony ripped his shirt off. You see Soto in the background. See how I'm looking over my shoulder to see where that Puerto Rican is. They sneak up on you like a cockroach. And there's another one with me and Hercules Ayala in the corner. Yep, that's Hercules Ayala, one part of the Puerto Rican connection with Manuel Soto. We feuded all over New England, up and down with the ICW. They used them from Puerto Rico. They had Dory Funk come in. They had them all. Here's Ayala. And I believe that may be me on the bottom that cut up. Yep, he's got an armbar on me. Look at the size of him. He was a huge guy. I mean, I wasn't small myself, but look at the size of his head. Looks like the size of a full-grown pumpkin. There's another one with Tony Rumble in the corner, I believe. And there's another one. Here's the shot that goes back with the clothesline. That's how he got his shirt all ripped up. We hit him with that clothesline. Tony gave me the signal to hit the ropes. I went one way, he held him, and then after he went down, Tony ripped his shirt off and got us in trouble that night because I got blamed for it from Mario because he figured that I called the spot. But Tony called the spot. There's another one with Bandit Bill Rossi. Taking a big clothesline. They got a good close-up of that one. That's a good shot. That's when the flash went off. See, and I hit him with that clothesline right on the chest and sent that 350-pound bag of potatoes down to the mat. Here's another one holding Jumpin' Joe, going back to those pitches where I won the title. And then what I did after I held him down like that there, I rolled in for a schoolboy. And there's an interview at the table with Tony and myself. Boston Bad Boy #2 has arrived. Yala. Another match with Yala taking that slam. That goes back to the picture with him slamming me. That was the part 2 of it. And then what do we got here? We got the match over there in Malden in the mixed tag match. There's that slam too, the first part of Jamie West's slam. Snap. And there's Jumpin' Joe Savoli. Wasn't jumping too good right there. He was jumping into getting slammed by the Boston Bad Boy at IBW Hall. When like I said, that was the match where we took the championship, and they pulled it because of the situation with the Pink Assassin using the can with the fluid in it against the eyes of Jumpin' Joe Savoli. Of course, he's going to get the belt back. His brother was the promoter, Mario, you know. And then there's a shot of me and the Boston Bad Boy, ICW. And here's one I snuck in from Pro Wrestling this week with Captain Lou Albano and my friend Bill Apter. He was a great photographer, and now he's doing interviews and what have you. And great man when it comes to professional wrestling. Been around a long time. And there's the Dungeon Master. Whips and chains, leather and steel. The more he did it, the better he felt. Yeah, he was a cream puff. He had to wash the dishes, and when his wife come home, he'd have to sit there and look like a poodle. Oh, my wife's coming home. Oh, boy, what a work that was. Okay, we got the Dungeon Master matches coming against Johnny Rizzo this week. We got Apollo winning the title from, I believe, Jumpin' Joe, and that's, I believe that's Whip Woman, I believe. There's another shot of the Dungeon Master. He had a great gimmick that we worked together. We put it together and did it together. Too bad he didn't go further with it because he certainly had the mentality of a three-move wrestler, much like Kevin Nash. They couldn't work. They had it in their brain, but they couldn't do too many things. I think Kevin Nash does about 6 moves, and Tony did about 4. There's that whip into the corner there with Irresistible Eric Sprague isn't so irresistible anymore because he's about 320 pounds, I believe. Talk about a big head. Wow. Halloween's coming. They can put him on the porch. And there's another shot. I believe that's Tony against the match that you're going to see this week. Johnny Rizzo giving him the double axe handle, which he called the Dungeon Death Chop. And there's his manager, Red Dillinger with Woman. Great. Could have went very far with this if he only knew how to travel and get to different promoters instead of bringing Kevin Sullivan and giving him $1,500 to hang around with him. He would have been a great star down south, much like the Towers, the Twin Towers and Hercules and all these other guys that were down there that had 3 or 4 moves like the Dungeon Master. There's a close-up of him. They meet him in an alley. And there's a Whip Woman. We picked her up somewhere, maybe in the streets of Somerville. I don't know. Whip Woman. Yep. She was a real whip woman, all right. There's Abdullah the Butcher pinning Tony Rumble. From there, they felt bad for him, so they gave him a gimmick. Let him win some matches after he took beatings from Bruiser Brody, Abdullah the Butcher, so on and so forth. Didn't know a wrist lock from a wristwatch. But he got in the ring. He had nerve. I would have never got in the ring with those guys. No way. There it is right there. The Irish whip off the ropes. Then he hit him with that big clothesline. Tony didn't know when to stop. So that night, I got to tell you a story. We went out for Chinese food afterwards. Me and the person at the time, and another person and him, and we sat down, and Tony ordered. He couldn't order much because his jaw was not moving very well. He was putting the rice in the duck sauce and drinking the duck sauce. That was the only way he could get the food down, because Abdullah gave him a good shusha on there because he was green at the time. He didn't know when to stop. You take the bump. If you feel it, take the bump. You don't let him hit you, because Abdullah wasn't going down. Oh no. And there's Fabulous Filippo. Yep, that's the match, I believe, against Jumpin' Joe Savoli, where he won the title. He busted him up with that glove. He had something in the glove. He had a bloody Jumpin' Joe. That's when things started to change. All the stars had left. All the names were gone. All the people from Mulligan, Wyndham, Bushwhackers, Samoans, all of them. So they had to start making their own stars. They gave Apollo the belt. The tag team was me and Tony Rumble, and they were bringing in Loco Yocos and, end of the career guys like Tony Atlas, who was sleeping underneath benches, doing crack or whatever he was doing. He's on the show now out of Melrose, where they shouldn't be, because all he's doing is ripping all his people apart. You ever hear kayfabe, Tony? Tony Atlas. If you watch this or see it, do you know what kayfabe means? You should look it up, because you are disgusting the way you talk about everybody on those shows. And the guy in Melrose, he advertises and sells stuff on public access. You're not supposed to do that there, Marathi. Ah, boy. There's a Tony Atlas arm wrestling we had about many, many years back with the Wounded Warrior Project. He couldn't even do this right, because basically he was, oh boy, he's just out of the wrestling. Very bitter, because he spent all his money on whatever, pork chops and chicken and crack. Who knows? And there's, you got crack with the chair, and there's that shot of me and Bella and Peanut down at the Sand Sculptors. I'm sure people were down there enjoying it this year. We got all the great shots from Revere TV. We got all the people down there with the cameras. We even got the guy that runs this place on the camera. Here we go with Bruiser Brody laying it in on Tony Rumble. Wow. There's another one. That's called the Texas Dropkick by Bruiser Brody. Unbelievable shot there. You see that big man getting up and hitting Tony Rumble. Had to be about 6'3", 6'4", knocking him right in the mouth. And the Comic-Con, we were there. We hope you enjoyed a little couple of shots. We got a few pictures from the Comic-Con. It was all right. It was okay. We had me and Axe, unbelievable, and me and Bill Apter. And the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. That other guys that were there were Beefcake, Valentine, Honky Tonk Man, Big Mouth Honky Tonk Man, telling me that Tony Rumble died on cocaine. No way. Maybe smoked a little marijuana, but never did any cocaine. All those guys are trying to get shoot interviews and all that stuff. They should keep their big mouth shut and remember what kayfabe meant, especially Honky Tonk Man. He didn't even take a backdrop. I'd like to book him on one of my independent shows and wrestle him myself. I give him a beating in about 2 minutes. Idiot. Honky Tonk Man talks about everybody, talks about everyone's books, everyone's this, everyone's that. What about you, Honky Tonk Man? You never did a line with Hulk Hogan? You're full of it. There's a shot of me at the Great American Bash, right here in Revere. There's another shot of the studio shot there. And there's that great background shot. We got great green screen. We got the green screen. We got the blue screen. We got my sister's screen. We got them all right here. And you're going to see some matches this week. Watch Sullivan and Lewin beat the heck out of Apollo and Bockawinkle, or Bowinkle, whatever his name was. And there's Tony Rumble, very, very impressive picture. Woman's back, wow. And there's a shot of the team. Sullivan, Woman, and Lewin. Crazy, crazy, crazy people. And there's another shot of Woman. And there's Prince Iakea, as better known as the... he was a little crazy back in the day. Look at the gig marks on his head, baby. You know, he got some color back in the day. Oh, yeah. And there's Lewin and Sullivan and Woman going into the ring at Lowell Memorial Auditorium. Going to the ring for that match, it was unbelievable. They bring the feud up. Wyndham and Blackjack Mulligan against Lewin and Sullivan right here in IBW Hall. Brought that feud all the way from Florida when Sullivan broke the bottle on Mulligan's head down in Championship Wrestling from Florida. I got to be lucky enough to be in the middle of a run-in with Brody. He got hit with the 2x4 in my arm. You better believe he laid him in, Bruiser Brody. You better believe it. Part of that run-in, I was almost out of the way, and he saw me with the corner of his eye. Whack! Got hit with that 2x4. There's Bruno and Kowalski, Fenway Park. And there's Bruno and me at the unbelievable interview I had with him back in the day. Yep, he did some inserts. You've probably seen that insert 1,000 times on my show because I must have repeated it 1,000 times. And there it is, Bruno Sammartino signing what we call the Bruno Sammartino cam. That's right. And then basically we're going to shoot me close, shoot me tight for a second. I want to show the camera. And if you can zoom in on the camera right here, just the camera itself, if you can get a show shot of it. That's Bruno Sammartino cam with all the shots from the Boston Garden. And that's where we're going right now. So watch it. The best of the Mac Classics from the Boston Garden. Arion and Superstar against Bruno and Danucci.
We're right here at the Boston Garden. The great Mac Classics. I'm the voice of the Mac Classics, Rocky Raymond. October 25th, 1975, superstar Billy Graham and Spiros Arion will meet the living legend Bruno Sammartino and Dominic Danucci. The Grand Wizard of Professional Wrestling with superstar Billy Graham, as well as coming into the ring right now, the living legend Bruno Sammartino, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion, with his partner, Dominic Danucci. Classy Freddie Blassie and the referee for this one, John Stanley. These are the great Mac Classics from the Boston Garden, and you can only see him here with Rocky Raymond. The man that shot it all, and I'm going to tell you all about the great wrestlers of the 1970s all the way up. All the great matches from the Boston Garden. As you know, Dominic Danucci, one of the great partners of Bruno Sammartino throughout the years of professional wrestling. Superstar Billy Graham with the fiery one, Fred Blassie, as he shows you the size of the arms of the superstar. Some 22 inches, as well as the Grand Wizard of Professional Wrestling. Oh yeah. We got him right here from the Boston Garden, as well as Spiros Arion, the partner of superstar Billy Graham, the European sensation from Greece. Very large man from Greece. They usually have a lot of short guys out there. But they got a tall one here. There's the bell, and we're off with the great Mac Classics. And it's Bruno Sammartino and Spiros Arion, the Golden Greek. That's right. The protege of Bruno Sammartino at one time, then turned out to be a Benedict Arnold in professional wrestling. But you got a lot of those when you come down the pike. And it's Sammartino and Arion in the middle of the ring as Arion got the side headlock now. They're doing a little crisscross now. They're hitting those ropes. Back and forth. It's Sammartino one way and Spiros the other. Bruno with a drop down. Hit those ropes, and it looks like Sammartino got the headlock now. These are the days of professional wrestling when you had to wrestle. None of this glamour, none of this music when you come into the ring. Was all hard knocks, professional wrestling. No lights, no fireworks. Just good old hardcore professional wrestling. And superstar Billy Graham pulling Sammartino back to the corner as Spiros Arion starts to go to work on the living legend now. Winding up the arm now, it's Spiros Arion. Back in the corner, it's superstar Billy Graham with a blatant chokehold. Our referee, John Stanley, one of the greatest referees of all time in the Boston Garden. Some good calls, some bad calls. And the crowd seems to like the tag team action that they're seeing tonight here at the great Boston Garden Mac Classics. Oh yeah, 1975, that's right, the great Mac Classics. Shot on film, and you won't see film. As you know, the days of video have come about, as well as digital cable and all the other good things. And it's superstar Billy Graham now and Bruno Sammartino mid-ring with a hammerlock now, the superstar. One of the most charismatic. Oh yeah, he had some great charisma. Superstar Billy Graham shoots Sammartino into that corner buckle now. And Sammartino getting the brunt of that blow. Heavy blows back in the day. These were the days of Sammartino days, if you will. into that corner now, big back body drop. And it was a rough style of professional wrestling. Dominic DeNucci coming in like a house of fire. Oh yeah, Dominic DeNucci, the paisan of Bruno Sammartino, going to work on Superstar and Arion now. And the crowd, oh, a big headbutt now by Dominic DeNucci. A right hand sends Superstar Billy Graham reeling. Oh, no, that's the wrong corner. And Bruno puts a boot to the midsection now. And it's Superstar Billy Graham in as well as Arion now, coming in to help out Superstar, but to no avail. And Dominic DeNucci hammering Superstar on the ropes now. It's Dominic DeNucci and Superstar in one corner, and the referee trying to get Arion back in the corner. This is the best of Superstar Billy Graham. We've got some great matches, all his matches throughout New England as well as Providence Civic Center, and some great battles that he did in Boston Garden, defending his Worldwide Wrestling Federation, as you'll know further down in this tape. We're going to be seeing some of his Worldwide Wrestling Federation championship matches with such great stars as Ivan Putski, Chief Jay Strombo from Pawhuska, Oklahoma, as well as some great steel cage matches, and we got some great footage from Providence Civic Center with Bob Backlund. That's right, Superstar Billy Graham, more charisma, unbelievable action, great physique, well before his time in professional wrestling, as we well know. And we're going to see some great feuding with Bruno Sammartino and the Superstar as well. And back in the ring is Dominic DeNucci, and he looks like the meeting of the minds right there. And Dominic DeNucci looking to get out of that corner to make a tag with the living legend Bruno Sammartino, who waits anxiously in the corner now. Dominic DeNucci trying to get over to Bruno, and Spiros Arion and Superstar Billy Graham putting the boots to those hamstrings now. Sammartino coming in now trying to get DeNucci over the tag. And Superstar covering DeNucci with a lateral press. And our referee John Stanley only gets 2 count as we get a quick tag, and Sammartino's in the ring now. And it's Superstar and Sammartino going at it back and forth with a couple of big right hands, heavy blows, and Arion tagged in now. Sammartino going to town on the Golden Greek. Oh, big blow now. Sending Spiros Arion flying now off the ropes now. Big boot to the midsection now, and Spiros Arion finds himself in the cover. And no, just a 2 count now. And John Stanley looking on Superstar Billy Graham coming in to interrupt the count. And it's Sammartino, Superstar going back and forth in the middle of the ring now as these two guys, no love lost between these two. It's Sammartino with a big right hand followed up by a big knee to the side of the head now. A right to the midsection, a couple of boots to the midsection now. And Sammartino is going wild here in Boston. Arion coming in now, and Sammartino and DeNucci now. Big forearm smash coming up to the, DeNucci and Sammartino working on the Golden Greek now. Shooting them back into the ropes now, into the big one. Spiros Arion into Superstar now. And the crowd here in Boston is loving the action in this Australian-style tag team match. Sammartino and Arion outside the ring now. Oh, Arion, he rammed his head into those wooden stairs, fans. These are the old days of professional wrestling. These are the Mat Classics from the Boston Garden. You won't see these in too many places and on too many shelves, but you can only see them here at the Mat Classics from the Boston Garden. And my name is Rocky Raymond, the voice of the Mat Classics. And Sammartino back in the ring now, and Superstar putting the boots to him hot and heavy. Sammartino draped over that top rope, and Arion coming in to helping hand now, slingshot. Sammartino down in the ring now. It looks like another tag now, and Spiros Arion and Sammartino going back and forth with heavy blows, heavy forearm smashes. Is a left hand. Sammartino now looks like he's a little dazed, coming back with a right hand of his own. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, Arion looks like he's a little dizzy now. One shoulder tackle by DeNucci now. DeNucci hit that other rope now. Dropped down by Spiros Arion, and Dominic DeNucci hit Arion with another shoulder tackle. Going off the rope now. Arion a little dazed now on the mat now. Doesn't know what state he's in. Big slam now. Unbelievable action now. And Dominic DeNucci slammed the Golden Greek. And it looks like the big knee now into that atomic knee drop. Superstar had a hand in that one. Dominic DeNucci down for the cover. And there's the bell now, and the first fall in this tag team match goes to the Superstar Billy Graham and Spiros Arion. They're starting up right away now, working on Dominic DeNucci. It's Superstar Billy Graham. Heavy elbows to the back of the neck now, to the top turnbuckle. Oh no, he might have hit that steel post. He might have hit that steel post now. Oh, hot tag on Sammartino. Coming in now, Bruno Sammartino. Superstar Billy Graham back and forth with a couple of rights and lefts. San Martino clenches in with that side headlock, shoots him into the ropes now. San Martino with a big scoop slam now at Superstar, and Bruno finds himself flat on the mat now. Superstar Billy Graham with those big 22-inch pythons. San Martino kicking out of that fall now, shoots Superstar into the rope now. Oh, he buried that into the midsection. He buried that boot into Superstar Billy Graham. And Superstar Billy Graham now a little winded now, and San Martino wants to know, where are those big muscles now? On the apron. Watch out for Sparosari on that sneaky Greek. You gotta watch out for those Greeks. They come from behind almost all the time. And it's Superstar Billy Graham now clenching up on the reverse headlock, and San Martino rails him back into that corner buckle to break the hold. San Martino, big boot to the midsection of Sparosari. This action is hot and heavy. It's Arion and San Martino in the corner now. San Martino with the big bear hug. Oh, Superstar with that big knee in the back now. Danucci with a double axe handle now on Arion. Oh, he's got him up in that. Oh, he's got him up in that airplane spin now. Dominic Danucci making the dizzy Greek. Oh, he's got the Greek down. Looks like he's got him for the cover now. Stanley's going in. There's the bell now, and Bruno Sammartino and Dominic Danucci tie it up at one fall apiece here at the Boston Garden Great Mat Classics from 1975. We got it right here. I'm the voice of the Mat Classics, Rocky Raymond. And in the middle of the ring, you got Superstar Billy Graham and Sparrows Arion taking a little nap, if you will. Here comes Sammartino and Danucci now. They're going to wake him up. They're going to wake him right up. Oh, big shot to the midsection now, and a right blow to the side of the head of Sparrows Arion. Sammartino Arion now, big slam by Sammartino. Here comes that Superstar off the top. Oh, no! Oh, no!
Hey, everybody, welcome to Revere TV, Empire Pro Wrestling, all the great things. Whether it's here, there, everywhere. It might be Saugus, it might be Malden, it might be Lynn, it might be Everett. You never know where we're going to go. So remember one thing. If you want to see the best there is in independent wrestling, let me tell you, all the great names that have been there, the Warlord, Demolition, the Bushwhackers. Oh, yeah, we had them all here. We've had all the big names, whether it be the Iron Sheik, cameraman, zoom in on these. Well, we can't say what he says, but number one thing, if you want to see the best there is in independent wrestling, we ride them all, we've shot them all, and remember, we got some great new shows coming up, so tune in on Wednesday night. Keep it right, keep it tight, from 8 to 9 and 9 to 10. Legends might be on, the best of EPW will be on, and of course the Mat Classics from the Boston Garden, all those great matches from the old timers. I was watching one the other day with the Valiant Brothers in a battle royal with Andre the Giant. Then you had Gorilla Monsoon go against, hey, Judge the Animal Steel.
This next match, wrestling fans, a two-man tag team introducing first. From Lake Mead, Nevada, he weighs 222 pounds. Here is Phil Apollo. And his partner from East Boston, Massachusetts, he weighs in at 213 pounds. Here is Robert Van Winkle. Their opponents, introducing first, from the Iron Age of Peace, he weighs 240 pounds, and he'll be accompanied by the Fallen Angel. Here's Kevin Sullivan. And his partner,
This ought to be one heck of a match. Got Mark Lewin, the Purple Haze, and the Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan, along with the Fallen Angel. Of course, he is attractive. Going up against Steve Apollo and Robert Van Winkle. And I can't help but notice a gleam in your eye, King Curtis, each time this tag team comes out.
The nicer you are to me, Rich, the more I'm thinking about getting a pleasure package like the Fallen Angel for you. Now we're watching Kevin Sullivan and the Hay. Both of these men are legends in the Far East.
And they're legends because of what you have done for them. Is that correct?
Not me. I only am the chairman of the board. I have my responsibility to the board members and to the community. And we have seen how hard Kevin Sullivan has been worked on his own here. That's why the Hayes is here to help out. Because we realize we're in the United States. We can see Black Jack Mulligan in front of 150,000 Indians in Calcutta. He won't be dancing with the stars and stripes around his neck very long. It's a different country. It's a Buddha Jew country.
Well, you have him in your own backyard right there.
Just like he's got us in his own backyard here. Man can do anything, talking about the golden spikes. He likes to drive it through Kevin Sullivan's head.
Well, one good turn deserves the other in that case. We saw Sullivan last week. We saw a tape of how he pulled the spike out and went after Mulligan. So, what's fair for one's fair for the other here. Right now, it's a double team outside of the ring as both Steve Apollo and Robert Van Winkle get their heads slammed into the stairs alongside of the ring. You've got a vicious combination here. Kevin Sullivan and the Purple Haze.
In the Golden Triangle, we think and we know and we believe that we have the most powerful combination. No one has ever come out of the Purple Haze and Sleeper. No one.
No, but alongside of the ring, you just caught a shot of that action, the way they were treating the Fallen Angel. That's no way to treat a lady.
She appreciates being with gentlemen. You should have seen her before I sent her. Here is a pleasure package for the Prince of Darkness. She was really in need of help and enlightenment. Prince of Darkness helping Mark Lewin. Come around now.
4 minutes.
Here's the official word.
Seconds. With the Shanghai Sleeper, the winners, Kevin Sullivan and the Purple Haze, Mark Lewin.
Purple Haze is actually in Benares now. He sees the lights of enlightenment.
Joining me this week on the edition of Grunts and Groans, the Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan, the Purple Haze, and the Fallen Angel. Kevin?
You know, I'm here for one reason, to explain how my family rose from the ashes like the phoenix, reborn again, to dwell in the house of Habuddin, brought to us by the chairman of the board. When I was a lost person floundering in the sea of life, not knowing which way to turn, a trip took me to Singapore, and as I wandered the streets, lost in the cosmic days, I looked, and there I saw him, the mystic one, bathing in the river. And as I walked over to him, I said to him, Mystic One, chairman of the board, show me the truth, show me the light. And he said, you have a lot to learn, my son. So sit down on this bank. And as we sat down on the bank, he turned to me and offered me the cosmic cookie. And as I chewed upon the cookie itself, everything became clear. I realized then that good and evil have been around a long time. I realized that evil and darkness has always prevailed from time immemorial. When females took from our bones, they've been taken ever since. I then realized they belong for one thing, to do the bidding for us. And as things became clearer and the haze started to lift, I looked into the river, and what I saw a face of darkness, and I saw a face of fear. And that fear was Black Jack Mulligan.
Well.
His big, ugly head rose. And then as the Mystic One gave me another beetle nut to chew on, he took me to the river again. And with Og by my side, the purple haze arose. And they told me to look in the river once more. And as I looked into the river, there was not one head. Now there was many. It became Mulligan. It became Wyndham. It became Brody. And it became the lost sheep, the one that left me, Superstar Graham. And I realized then that all the pain that all of us have gone through was for this final conflict. The 12th hour is upon us. The lines are clearly drawn. It is the children of the light against the men of darkness. And the tunnel where the lightest comes is gonna close on Savoli's army real soon, because now we are in our final hour.
Hi, this is Greg the Hammer Valentine. What's in this corner with Rocky Raymond?
That's right, it's your pleasure, Mario Savoldi, as usual, and it's everybody else's pleasure to have me come out and spread some wisdom to all these naive wrestling fans about what's really going on in the wrestling world today.
Well, what we're going to do this week, Phil, to maybe let you take a look at a little bit of wisdom, we're going to go back in some film clips of showing how you captured the ICW heavyweight champion and how you defeated the former champion.
Well, it was a thing of beauty. I beat the man fair and square right in the middle of the ring, the way it's supposed to be.
Well, let's go back and look at these clips, and let's take our own views on Fabulous Phil Apollo.
Apollo now with a headlock on Joe. Joe gets out of it. Shoulder block, and Joe goes down.
I think they both got shook a little on that, brother.
Apollo off the top ropes. Now,
look at Savoli. He swung at the referee.
Richard is down.
Savoli hit the referee. You see him throw his arm back. He
backed
deliberately.
into him on that
come
by
on,
Apollo.
Steve.
And now look at this. Apollo grabbing something out of his trunks. It's a glove of some sort.
His hand's cold.
What? Oh, come on.
It's cold up
Oh,
here.
yeah, all right.
I'm cold.
Paul Richards still out. Savoldi trying to get back in. And now Apollo with a hard right with that glove on Savoldi.
Well, he's covering his hand up. It's cold.
Here's Richard. 1, 2. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Tremendous win for Phil.
Oh, wow. He puts the glove back in the trunk.
Maybe his hand's warm.
Savoldi is down. Richard is now getting to his feet.
If I'm not mistaken
I don't believe it.
Savoldi looks like he's been lacerated.
Tell me that the belt has changed.
He looks like he's been lacerated here.
On this, no.
We've got a new champion, Steve. Aren't you excited?
Unbelievable.
I don't believe it.
Phil
We've got a new
Apollo
champion.
has just captured the heavyweight championship belt of the ICW. And I am just amazed. Look at this.
You should be speechless. You've witnessed history.
No question about that.
The heavyweight championship changing hands here on television.
And Joe Savoldi bleeding profusely now from the forehead.
What's this going on here? The champion.
Apollo
look at this.
Now pointing down at him.
He's just congratulating him on a good match.
I don't believe this. And he spits at him. Ladies and gentlemen, the new heavyweight champion of the ICW, Phil Apollo.
Yeah, baby! I got some things to say. Number one, you finally have a champion with some style and some dignity. Shut up! Shut up! Joe Savoldi, I predicted this, and it's mine forever. The champagne is flowing. Party time in Maine. I'll wear it forever. Fair and square, right, Steve?
Well, I don't know about that. You had a little surprise there that we didn't expect, something that you put on your right hand, Phil.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't use nothing, man. Don't you do that. I beat him fair and square. 1, 2, 3. That's it. I don't need anything.
Goes down.
I think they both got shook a little on that, brother.
Apollo off the top ropes. Now,
Look at Savoldi. He swung at the referee.
Richard is down.
Savoldi hit the referee. You see him throw his arm back.
He
He
backed
deliberately.
into him on that
Oh,
blow
come
by
on,
Apollo.
Steve.
And now look at this. Apollo grabbing something out of his trunks. It's a glove of some sort.
His hand's cold.
What? Oh, come on.
It's cold up
Oh,
here.
yeah, all right.
I'm cold.
Paul Richards still out. Savoldi trying to get back in. And now Apollo with a hard right with that glove on Savoldi.
Well, he's covering his hand up.
Now
It's
he
cold.
covers. And here's
One,
Richard. 1, 2. No,
three.
I don't believe it. I don't believe
A
it.
tremendous win for Phil.
Oh, wow. He puts the glove back in the trunks.
Maybe his hand's warm.
Savoldi is down. Richard is now getting to his feet.
If I'm not
And
mistaken
I
here,
don't believe it.
Savoldi looks like he's been
Don't tell
lacerated.
me that the belt has changed
He looks like he's
hands
been lacerated here.
on this. No.
We've got a new champion, Steve. Aren't you
Unbelievable.
excited?
Unbelievable.
I don't believe it.
Bill
We've got a new
Apollo has just captured the heavyweight championship belt of
I'm
the
thrilled to death, aren't
ICW.
you?
And
Well, Phil, we just looked at that film clip, and I think it has a lot to be desired about you actually pinning the
Well, I
ICW
think that there's been a
champion.
lot of clipping going on, Mario Savoldi. It's obvious to me that the films have been fixed, doctored, whatever you
please,
want to
don't
call
say
it.
that.
That's very obvious to me.
Just a minute, Phil. Video Services, a company known throughout the world, handles all the filmings. They're put in storage. They're involved.
Well, that's
Nobody
your word,
touches
Mario
that, Phil.
Savoldi, and your word doesn't go too far with me.
Well, I tell you what, I understand that you have a little problem going here with a Polish power, Ivan Putski, Scott Putski on your trail, his son, Jumpin' Joe Savoldi coming back into the picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? And where's he
Snooker,
been? Been hiding? Everybody's been hiding. Everybody says they want a chance. They don't really want any part of me.
Well, I'll tell you what, I understand. One thing I got to give you credit for, the door's open to everyone. You have not refused.
That's right. I have no reason to refuse. I can beat anybody. I've done it over and over and over. I'm tired of the same old thing. I want some new competition.
Well, I tell you what, that's just what we have for you, because I don't know if you've seen our program last week, but there's a new competition in town. He happens to be close to 7 foot tall, 501 pound, which fits into the heavyweight class, and he is Gustav.
And he probably has a brain the size of a pea.
Well, that's to find out, and it's going to be, you're going to have to reckon with him, because he's taken on all challengers. And Phil, we'll be looking forward to that one.
Wrestling in the Garden, the Battle for New York, works, shoots, and double crosses. The year, 1958. The date, July 12th, Madison Square Garden. It was an attendance of 14,750, and it drew $40,705. The main event, Antonio Araca and Miguel Perez beat Dr. Jerry Graham and Eddie Graham. 2-1, one fall by DQ, 16 minutes and 29 seconds. Johnny Valentine beat Mark Lewin in 15 minutes and 58 seconds. Pepacharo beat Ludwig von Krupp in 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Johnny Fargo and Jackie Fargo, as well as Don Stevens, beat Bolo Hakoa and Mr. Puerto Rico 2-0 and 17 minutes and 42 seconds. Roy Hefferman drew Carl von Hess in 15 minutes. Al Costello beat Giorgio Jaruk in 9 minutes and 45 seconds. And the midget match, Little Beaver and Tito Infanto beat Sky Lolo and Tom Thumb 2-1. And then we had Larry Hamilton draw Samuel Reyes in 10 minutes. Don Leeds, a.k.a. Don McCarthy, beat Danny Ferrazza in 6 minutes and 25 seconds. And that is the battle for New York.
I don't even want to guess. I'll start having nightmares.
He carries his own doctor with him and everything.
Well, he says he's from the Palace of Pain, wherever that might be. That's the Princess of Pain behind him. And his manager, Dr. Red Dillinger. What a combo.
Boy, I'm telling you.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
I don't know, but they got to hire a station wagon to get here. I can tell you that, man. What a load that's got to be in a car.
It's the original chain gang.
I would tell you what.
Boy. And Johnny Rizzo doesn't know what to make of it either, and he's trying to steer his way clear. But look at this. He's got him wrapped up into the ropes, and oh, there's a size 15 in your face. Oh, look at that. The Princess of Pain with a little bit of, I don't even want to say it. Spits on the opponent. Johnny Rizzo outside now. Look at this. She's going after him. She's got, looks like a leather whip. She's got some handcuffs. She's draped with a skull and crossbones skirt. Not what you'd wear to the senior prom.
I want to tell you something. I give you credit because you're using the word she. I'm going to give you that much credit because she had me fooled if it's a she.
All right, the Dungeon Master now going at Johnny Rizzo in the corner. And into the turnbuckle he goes.
Boy, I'm going to tell you, unbelievable.
Rizzo now. Let loose. Rizzo going after him. Raking the eyes as the Dungeon Master. Boy, I tell you, I don't want to get this guy mad. And he looks it now. Kind of wonder what a guy like this does before he gets into professional wrestling. Clothesline. And just before every move, this guy's grunting and groaning something.
Well, I tell you, you got a lot of weight in this match, too. Here, you got two big boys here, each well over the 300-pound mark here. And I am still trying to figure out who this guy is, and I will get it. It's just going to take me a little while to figure out his moves.
He's screaming up a storm, to say the least. Rizzo now.
Nice move by Rizzo. Takes him, and he's going to take him. There's a reversal. Oh, nice move by the Dungeon Master. Nice move. Now, see, that referee got to stop her from interfering in a thing. If not, he should have her removed from the arena. I mean, I just don't buy that. If she's outside, she's got to stay outside.
It's bad enough when you have one person out there, but he's got two. It's enough concentration on the part of the referee just with these two big guys inside the ring. Dungeon Master now holding Rizzo down with his foot. And that's a pin. That's a pin. That is a pin.
Boy, I don't know. I just don't like this group. They don't represent anything that I like. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
They just don't represent anything that I like. And I want to tell you something. This Rizzo, he's hot. He's a big boy. I'm going to tell you something. They crossed the wrong path. This Dungeon Master. They crossed the wrong path. He's hot.
Look at this.
Boy, he's hot. This Rizzo is hot.
Rizzo taking out his angle with Foley. Oh, he's ready to go. And she's not backing off.
He's very close. And I'll tell you,
She wasn't backing off for a minute. Now you got to question the intelligence of this group.
sickos.
All right. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, it's Rocky Raymond, the Boston bad boy, coming at you straight Oh yeah, don't hesitate. Watch us every week. Keep it complete. The best show on Revere TV by none. So you watch us Wednesday night. Keep it tight. Keep it right. The time, Wednesday night from 8 to 9, EPW. They got the legends. It might be back. It might be forth. You never know. Because we switch it. We hip it each and every week. So don't forget to watch Legends of EPW as well as the best of EPW with the best independent wrestling all around. And don't forget the Mat Classics from the Boston Garden. Nobody's got them. No one's got those matches. So if you see the matches with the 8mm film converted to DVD onto you, complete, be there or be square.
Eric Frazier.
This man is all by himself, man.
Yeah, you're not, if you haven't seen this yet,
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I get like kind of speechless.
take your kids out of the room.
And his opponent making his way.
This guy has left nothing
unknown, weighing
desired, as
in
they
at
say.
240
Well, you know,
pounds.
I was told
The
that
Dungeon
the
Master.
highest you could go was at his face. Oh, look at this. I think this man
Being
found the
accompanied by Mistress of Pain.
word, a dungeon master.
Boy, I'd like to go back into this guy's childhood and see where he went wrong.
Yeah. Oh, how about 3 days into this world?
Oh, come on.
Here he goes.
He's got it all. He's brought the whips, the chains,
I'll tell you, he's got everything with him.
and he's dragging something behind him that looks like,
Well, your words.
she calls herself the Princess of Pain. And I wouldn't want to check her resume on that. The Dungeon Master being unhooked.
Boy, look at the size of the shade.
Woo!
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And he wastes no time. He's going right after Eric
Boy, he
Frazier.
sure is.
The Dungeon Master wielding a whip.
Boy, there's that whip. Whoa, she's seen. Our ring announcer tried to grab that whip, and that Prince of Pain, she just yanked it right out of her hand.
All right, we're back here. Hope you enjoyed all them great matches from ICW. The best of the best coming at you. Only one way it can come at you. Right here through Rocky Raymond. Not too many people have that footage. Sullivan, Lewin, all those matches with the Dungeon Master, Abby, Abdullah the Butcher. And we got the weeks to come. We got Dory Funk Jr. That's right. He's a heck of a technician. Unbelievable wrestler from the NWA. Like I said, Mario had them all. I don't know how he was paying them, but he had all the stars that came in. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now I want you to say one thing to all of us. It's like the dating game, okay? Because I got to tell you right now, I got to get out of here. And I'll see you next time on Legends of Professional Wrestling.